Hey guys, in today's video, I bring you an impressive story that will move you. Let's meet Amara Steele, a woman who had a near-death experience and returned with an urgent message from beings of light about the mysterious spiritual portal of 1010 and how this event could impact all of humanity. What she discovered will leave you speechless. So, before we start, leave your like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell so you don't miss any content like this. Now get ready for a fascinating journey full of spiritual revelations. My name is Amara Steele, and I'm here to share with you an experience that completely changed my life and my perception of reality. I'm 32 years old and I live in Colorado, near Colorado Springs, where the majestic mountains seem to touch the sky and the clean air cleanses not only our lungs, but also our soul. Before everything that happened, I was an ordinary woman, living a normal life. I worked as an accountant at a local company. I was married to Mark, the love of my life, and we were expecting our first child. Pregnancy brought a lot of joy, but also complications. I had suffered from hypertension since I was 28, and pregnancy worsened this condition. I've never been a person very connected to spirituality. In fact, I used to be quite skeptical of anything that couldn't be explained by science. My best friend Sam always tried to convince me about the existence of a divine source and of energies and spiritual protection. I listened to her with a smile on my face, but deep down, I thought it was all nonsense. Little did I know that my worldview was about to be completely upended. What I'm going to tell you next may seem unbelievable, but I can guarantee that every word is true. It's the story of my near-death experience, an event that took me beyond the limits of what I believed was possible and made me question everything I thought I knew about life, death, and what lies in between. This journey began on an ordinary day, with a simple picnic on the mountain. But it ended with a revelation that shook the foundations of my reality and introduced me to a world I never imagined existed. Prepare yourself for a story of transformation, discovery, and a new understanding of what it means to be alive. It was a sunny summer day when Sam convinced me to take a short hike to his favorite place in the mountains. She insisted that the fresh air and stunning scenery would be great for relieving the stress of pregnancy and high blood pressure. Reluctantly, but curiously, I ended up agreeing. We arrived at a beautiful open field, with an ancient and imposing tree in the center. The place was simply magical. The soft green grass beneath our feet, the deep blue sky above us, and the gentle breeze that seemed to embrace us. Sam spread a checkered tablecloth under the shade of the tree and we began our picnic. As we ate sandwiches and fresh fruit, Sam, as always, began to talk about his spiritual beliefs. She mentioned the source, a divine energy that, according to her, permeates everything in the universe. It talked about how we could connect to this source through meditation and prayer. I listened to her, but my mind wandered, distracted by the beauty around us. Suddenly, I noticed something strange. A slight discomfort began to settle in my chest. At first, I thought it was just tiredness from walking, but the feeling intensified. I closed my eyes for a moment, trying to calm down and take a deep breath. When I opened them again, I was shocked. The field, which had once been full of people walking and picnicking like us, was now completely empty. It was as if everyone had disappeared in the blink of an eye. I looked at Sam, expecting to see the same surprise on her face, but she continued speaking normally, as if nothing had changed. My heart started to beat faster, and the discomfort in my chest turned into a sharp pain. I tried to call Sam to tell him something was wrong, but my voice wouldn't come out. A deep and inexplicable tiredness began to take over my body. My vision began to darken at the edges, as if a black tunnel was closing in around me. The last thing I saw was Sam's face. Finally realizing something was wrong, she screamed my name, but the sound seemed distant, as if it were coming from another world. And then, everything went dark. When I opened my eyes again, nothing was like before. The first thing I noticed was the absence of physical sensations. I no longer felt my body, nor the discomfort in my chest, nor the weight of pregnancy. It was as if I were just consciousness, floating freely in the air. I looked around me, trying to understand where I was. There were no more fields, no trees, no mountains. All I saw was a vast blue sky, more intense and vibrant than any sky I had ever seen on Earth. But there was something wrong with this sky, something that defied all logic and reason. In the middle of that infinite blue, there was a flaw, a crack, as if the sky itself was a screen and someone had made a cut in it. The flaw glowed with an intense, almost blinding white light. It was both frightening and fascinating. As I watched in astonishment, the rift began to expand. The gash in the sky grew larger, revealing a void beyond it. It was neither darkness nor light. It was just nothing, a concept my human mind could barely comprehend. Suddenly, I felt something pulling me towards that opening. It wasn't a physical force, but an irresistible pull, as if my entire being was being called into that void. There was no fear, just an overwhelming curiosity. As I approached the Faltum, I began to hear sounds. They were not voices or music, but a vibration that seemed to resonate with the very essence of the universe. It was as if I could hear the sound of the cosmos, the music of the spheres that ancient philosophers described. As I got closer, the light became more intense. It was not a light that hurt the eyes, but one that penetrated my entire being. I felt enveloped by unconditional love, a peace that transcended anything I had ever experienced on Earth. And then, I crossed the gap. It was like diving into an ocean of light and consciousness. All the barriers of my being seemed to dissolve. There was no longer me, Kag, and all the rest of the universe. We were all one. At that moment, I understood that I was experiencing something beyond life and death. I was getting a glimpse of what lies beyond the veil of physical reality, and what I saw and felt in that moment would forever change my perception of everything. After crossing the gap in the sky, I found myself immersed in an absolute void. There was no longer heaven, nor earth, nor up nor down. It was a nothingness so complete it defied comprehension. But, paradoxically, this void was full of potential, as if everything that ever was or could be was contained there. It was in this void that they appeared. 3 luminous shapes appeared before me. They did not have physical bodies as we know them, nor faces or human characteristics. They were beings made of pure light, each with a slightly different hue. One glowed a soft gold, another an ethereal blue, and the third a pure, radiant white. Although they had no physical form, I could feel their presence intensely. They emanated an aura of ancient wisdom, infinite compassion and unconditional love. It was like being in the presence of beings who understood all the mysteries of the universe. There were no words spoken. Communication happened directly from mind to mind, or rather, from essence to essence. The first being, the Golden One, approached. His message came clear to my consciousness. You are at a point of choice. There are things you must know, lessons you must learn. With those words, a series of images began to form around me. I saw scenes from my life, moments I had lived and others that were yet to come. I saw my family, my friends, strangers whose lives I had touched without even knowing it. Each image brought with it a deep understanding of the impact of my actions and choices. The blue being then approached. His presence brought a sense of peace and mental clarity. What you see now are the connections, he told me. Each life is interconnected. Each action has consequences that extend far beyond what we can imagine. Finally, the being of white light manifested. His energy was different, more intense and direct. You have a choice to make, he conveyed. You may return to your world or continue your journey beyond. But know that if you choose to return, you will have a mission. At that moment, I felt the weight of this decision. It wasn't just about me, but about all the lives I could touch, all the changes I could bring about. The beings of light showed me that every life is precious. Every moment is an opportunity to make a difference. As I pondered this choice, beings began to show me visions of what was to come, visions that filled me with amazement and awe, and that would make me question everything I thought I knew about reality. The first being of light, the Golden One, approached again. His presence brought with it a wave of warmth and comfort. but also a sense of seriousness. "There's something you need to see," he communicated. And suddenly, the scene around me changed completely. I found myself in a hospital room. The white walls, the smell of antiseptic, the constant rhythmic sound of machines. Everything was familiar, and at the same time, surreal. Lying in the hospital bed was myself, my physical body, connected to various tubes and monitors. The sight was shocking. My face was pale, my eyes closed, and my chest barely moved with breathing. Around the bed, I saw familiar faces. My husband, Mark, my 6-year-old daughter, Olivia, my parents, and even Sam, all with expressions of deep concern and sadness. Mark held my hand limply, silent tears streaming down his face. He whispered words of encouragement, begging me to fight, to come back to him and our daughter. Olivia, too small to fully understand what was happening, clutched her favorite teddy bear, her big, scared eyes fixed on me. My heart broke when I saw that scene. I wanted to hug them, tell them I was there, that everything would be okay. But in that ethereal form, I was just a silent observer. The golden being of light spoke again. "See the value of life, the power of love. Notice how your presence or absence affects those around you." Moved by an impulse that I couldn't explain, I approached Olivia. Even though I knew she couldn't see or hear me, I whispered in her ear, "Mommy loves you so much, my love. I'll always be with you." For a brief moment, I saw a faint smile cross Olivia's face, as if she had somehow sensed my presence. The scene continued to unfold before my eyes. I saw doctors coming and going. I heard conversations about my critical condition, about the complications of pregnancy and hypertension. I realized with a shock that I was not only fighting for my life, but also for the life of my unborn baby. This view of the hospital made me realize, in a way I had never considered before, how precious and fragile life is. Every breath, every heartbeat, every moment with those we love, everything is a priceless gift. As I watched, I felt a deep pain, not physical, but emotional. It was the pain of the possibility of leaving those I loved behind, of not seeing my daughter grow up, of not meeting my baby. But at the same time, I felt an overwhelming gratitude for every moment I had lived, for every hug, every laugh, every "I love you" exchanged. The golden being of light spoke one last time before the scene dissolved. "Remember this moment. Remember the value of life, the power of love, and the importance of every choice we make." As the vision of the hospital faded, I knew that no matter what happened next, this experience had changed something fundamental within me. Life, in all its complexity and fragility, would never be the same for me. When the vision of the hospital dissipated, I found myself again in the void with the 3 beings of light, the blue light being approached, its presence bringing a sense of calm and mental clarity. "There is something important you need to learn," he communicated, his energy wrapping around me like a protective cloak. "When you return to your world," he continues, "you will face challenges. There are negative forces that will try to influence you, but there is a way to protect yourself." As he speaks, I feel an energy gathering in the center of my being, near what I recognize as my 3rd chakra. It's a warm, comforting feeling, as if an inner sun is rising inside me. "This is the light of the source," explains the blue being. "It is your connection to the divine, your protection against negative influences. Whenever you feel threatened or insecure, visualize this light shining brightly in your center. Let it expand, enveloping your entire being." As he speaks, I feel the light intensify. It's as if my entire being is glowing, radiating a powerful, protective energy. It is an indescribable feeling of strength and security. "This light is your shield," the being continues. "It will protect you not only from negative external influences, but also from your own destructive thoughts and emotions. Use it whenever you feel something is wrong." I practice visualization a few times, feeling the light expand and contract at will. It's amazing how something so simple can seem so powerful. Remember, says the blue being, this protection is always with you. It is not something external, but an intrinsic part of who you are. Trust it, use it, and it will never fail. I absorbed these words, feeling deeply grateful for this teaching. I realize that this lesson in spiritual protection will be crucial to the challenges I will face upon my return. As the blue being moves away, I feel empowered and prepared. I know that no matter what the future holds, I now have a powerful tool to protect and guide me. The third being of light, the one with pure and radiant white, approaches. His presence is different from the other two, more intense, more urgent. I feel that what he has to show me is extremely important. What you will see now, he communicates, is something few have the privilege of witnessing. It is a vision of the future, an event that will change the course of humanity. Suddenly, the emptiness around us transforms. I see the sky from Earth, but not as we know it. In the firmament, an immense vortex of golden and white light opens. It is as if the sky itself is splitting apart, revealing a realm beyond our understanding. This is the 1010 portal, explains the being of light. On October 10th, a gateway will open between the spiritual realms and the physical world. Angels and beings of light will descend to Earth, bringing protection and blessings to those who are ready. I watch in amazement as beings of light pass through the portal. They are indescribably beautiful, radiating love and compassion. I see them spreading across the earth, touching the lives of countless people. The message is clear, continues the being of light. Those who follow the words of Jesus and the teachings of the Bible, who connect with the light of Source through prayer and meditation, will receive divine protection and guidance. I feel the weight of this revelation. It is a huge responsibility to be the bearer of this knowledge. You have a mission, says the being of light. It must prepare people for this event. Many will not believe it. Others will ridicule it. But those who have ears to hear will understand the importance of this message. I nod, understanding the magnitude of what has been entrusted to me. I know my life will never be the same after this revelation. Remember, the being of light concludes, the 1010 portal is just the beginning. It is a sign of great changes to come. Prepare yourself and help others prepare. As the vision of the portal fades, I feel a mix of emotions, excitement, apprehension, but most of all, a sense of purpose. I know I have an important role to play in the events to come. As the vision of the 1010 portal dissipates, I feel a shift. The void begins to dissipate, and the beings of light slowly move away. There is a sense of completion, as if the lesson I needed to learn has been imparted. It's time to return, says the golden being of light. Remember everything you've seen and learned here. Your journey has just begun. Before I can respond, I feel a tug. It's like an invisible thread is pulling me back into my body. I cross the gap in the sky again, but this time in the opposite direction. The bright light gives way to darkness, and for a moment, I feel lost. Then suddenly, I feel a weight. It's my physical body, and it feels strange after the time I've spent as pure consciousness. I hear sounds around me, the beeping of monitors, muffled voices, and closer, the sound of someone crying. I open my eyes slowly, blinking against the bright light of the hospital room. The first thing I see is Sam's face, bathed in tears. She's holding my hand, murmuring words of encouragement. "Amara," she exclaims when she sees me awake. "Thank God, you stopped breathing. I thought we lost you." I try to speak, but my throat is dry. Sam offers me some water, and after a few sips, I manage to whisper, "How long?" "Just a few minutes," Sam replies, still with tears in his eyes. But it felt like an eternity. I smile weakly, thinking about how these few minutes changed my entire life. I want to tell Sam everything I saw, everything I learned, but I know words won't be enough to describe the experience. "Sam," I say hoarsely, "you won't believe what happened to me." She looks at me with a mixture of relief and curiosity. What do you mean? I take a deep breath, feeling a new energy flowing through me. It's as if every cell in my body has been revitalized. I've seen things. I've learned things. The world is so much more vast and wonderful than we imagine. Sam squeezes my hand, his eyes shining with an understanding I've never seen before. I always knew there was more, Amara. I'm so glad you could see it too. In that moment, I know that my journey is just beginning. I have a mission to fulfill, a message to share, and an extraordinary event to prepare for. The 1010 portal is coming, and I need to be ready. The days following my near-death experience are a mix of medical exams, visits from family and friends, and moments of deep reflection. The doctors are perplexed by my quick recovery. My blood pressure, which has always been a problem, is more stable than ever. It's as if my body has undergone a complete renovation. Mark is by my side constantly, his eyes alternating between relief and concern. He listens patiently as I try to explain what happened to me, but I can see the disbelief in his eyes. The important thing is that you're okay, he says, kissing my forehead. Olivia comes to visit me in the hospital, her big eyes full of curiosity. "Mommy, have you seen angels?" she asks innocently. I smile, remembering the beings of light. "Something like that, my love," I reply, hugging her tightly. As I recover, I begin to feel a growing urgency. The 1010 gateway is approaching, and I know I have an important role to play. I start sharing my story with some people close to me, testing the waters. Reactions are mixed. Some, like Sam, listen with fascination and acceptance. Others are more skeptical, attributing my experience to hallucinations caused by a lack of oxygen. But I don't let myself be discouraged. I know what I saw, what I felt, and the importance of what is to come. In quiet moments, I practice the protection technique I learned. I close my eyes, visualize the light of the source shining in my third chakra, and let it expand until it envelops my entire being. Every time I do this, I feel stronger, more centered. As October 10th approaches, I feel a mixture of excitement and apprehension. I know many people won't believe my story, but I also know that those who need to hear it will. My mission is not to convince everyone, but to prepare those who are ready to receive the message. Today, on the eve of the 1010 portal, I feel in a state of constant alert. Every fiber of my being seems to vibrate with the energy of what is to come. I look out the window, watching the sky, and wonder if others feel this anticipation too. Tomorrow, the world as we know it could change forever, and I will be ready to receive the blessings and protection that will come through the portal. More than that, I will be ready to help others prepare for what is to come. As the sun sets on this crucial eve, I say a silent prayer. I am grateful for the second chance I received, for the wisdom given to me, and I ask for strength to fulfill the mission entrusted to me. Tomorrow will bring the unknown, but for the first time in my life, I am not afraid. I'm ready. Sitting here, in the stillness of the night before the big event, I can't help but reflect on the extraordinary journey that has brought me to this point. Just a few weeks ago, I was an ordinary woman, worried about everyday problems and skeptical of anything that couldn't be explained by science. Now, I stand on the brink of an event that promises to change the course of humanity. My near-death experience was not just a vision of the afterlife, but a wake-up call. I learned that there is more to existence than what our eyes can see or our hands can touch. There is a vast and wonderful world beyond the veil of physical reality, a world full of love, wisdom, and purpose. The beings of light showed me the inestimable value of life, the importance of every choice we make, and the impact we have on the lives around us. I learned about spiritual protection, about connecting with the divine source, and using that connection as a shield against the negativities of the world. And, of course, I received the 1010 portal revelation. Tomorrow, when the sun rises, will not only be the beginning of a new day, but potentially the beginning of a new era. Angels and beings of light will descend to earth, bringing blessings and protection to those who are prepared. I know many will question my sanity. Others will ridicule my story. But I also know that there will be those who feel the truth in my words, who recognize the calling in their own hearts. My mission is now clear. I am to be a bridge between the worlds, a messenger to those who are ready to listen. It's not about convincing or converting, but about offering an extended hand to those who already feel there is something more. As I prepare to sleep on this fateful night, I feel a deep peace. No matter what tomorrow brings, I know I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be, doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. My near-death journey showed me that there is nothing to fear, not even death itself. Tomorrow, when the portal opens, I'll be ready. Ready to receive blessings, ready to face challenges, ready to be a beacon of light to those around me. And while the world may change in ways we cannot predict, one thing remains constant: the power of love, compassion, and connection with the divine. May the dawn bring us light, not just from the rising sun, but from the eternal wisdom that exists beyond our earthly understanding. And may we all, in some way, find our own connection to Source, our own inner light to guide us through the extraordinary times that lie ahead. With these reflections, I close my eyes, ready for sleep and the awakening that will come with the new day. The 1010 portal is coming, and with it, a new chapter in the history of humanity. And I, Amara Steele, once skeptical and now enlightened, am honored to be part of this cosmic journey. If you liked this beautiful spiritual testimony, leave a like, comment on your impressions, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to activate the notification bell to watch each new video and help us spread this message to a greater number of people. Until next time.